A life on the streets.
What do you fancy, sweetheart?
Everything.
Where sex is for sale.
I don't ask them the names, I'll just get on with it.
But at what price?
You're setting me up.
A seedy world of fear.
You're sweating, honey pie.
Betrayal.
You're an hustler and you're breathing. That's enough.
And murder.
Someone's got it in for me. I'd like you dead.
You don't go through what you went through without it having some effect.
Drop the latch, sweetheart.
Gold. Coming soon on Granada.
Two big games for the Granada region involving Blackburn and Liverpool, plus a roundup of the night's action now with Elton Welsby on Granada's Soccer Night.
I'm gonna be late. I'm gonna be late! Where are you? Come on. Where are you, my little beauties? June! Have you seen me lucky pants?
Soccer Night, sponsored by Umbro and Sports Division.
The alternative route to Wembley leads to the family final, the Coca-Cola Cup, or should it be the Camaraderie Cup? Perhaps the Cosmopolitan Cup. Blackburn's Roy Hodgson and Chelsea's Ruud Gullit are great advocates of continental values. Gullit's made sterling more tempting than lira. Hodgson's major coup in his first season back in English football was to sign Super Swede Martin Dahlin. He's also given the kiss of life to Chris Sutton's career, the Premiership's top English hitman. Ray Harford's a League Cup winner. He managed Luton in '88. Now he's at West Brom, the first Wembley losers in the League Cup back in '67 when Rod was far too hot. Roy Evans is a member of Management's Singles Club, one major to his name, and it's this one.
Good play here by McManaman. He might finish it here.
England's ultimate hero, though, sits this one out. Duncan Ferguson's after his critics tonight. Are Everton more effective with or without him? Certainly in Ferguson's absence, the rookies nurtured by Joe Royle have blossomed and prospered. Just a reminder, there's none of that have another go nonsense tonight. The Coca-Cola's new format means no replays, so it's possibly extra time, even penalty kicks. Hello there, the lineup tonight: West Brom against Liverpool, Chelsea, Blackburn and Everton against Coventry. And as always, there's a lot more to it than that, including one of the best goals of the season so far from last night. Now, the professional view is provided tonight in the blue corner by Joe Royle and in the red corner by Phil Thompson. So let's get ready to rumble. The Hawthorns first, and a strong Liverpool side, apart from, as I mentioned, Paul Ince. They're up for the cup, all right. Commentator Peter Brackley.
We're blowing hot and cold is Ray Harford's assessment of Albion's displays so far this season. Surely tonight, he says, will be ignited for this one. He's keeping faith with most of the team who were completely off the boil in their last league outing. Indeed, there are just two changes from the side beaten at home by Oxford. At full-back, Paul Holmes is preferred to the less experienced Andy McDermott. And with Andy Hunt having failed to recover from an ankle injury in time, Bob Taylor partners Paul Pesky-Solido up front. No question that Liverpool are taking the competition seriously. Even though England's battle-weary Paul Ince is omitted, it's a strong lineup nonetheless that Roy Evans is fielding. Phil Babb is unfit, but Neil Ruddock is back after injury. There's a place for Jason McAteer, and up front, the manager is looking to Robbie Fowler and Karl-Heinz Riedler as his first-choice combination, with Michael Owen left on the bench. The referee tonight in this highly charged atmosphere is Alan Wilkie. A throwback to many a big cup occasion from more successful times at the Hawthorns as Liverpool get us underway, and they're straight on the defensive with Kouamba. A match that's really caught the imagination of the locals here. A full house of around 26,000 paying record gate receipts, and here's an early chance for Bob Taylor, who'd arrived virtually on a tiny bit in the middle. So nearly a dream start for Albion. Kouamba in trouble, Kilban supplying the cross, and Taylor, who's normally so prolific in the air, failing to make contact with the cross. But Liverpool then caught totally unawares. Don't think they'd left the dressing room. Here's Kilbert. Berger scrapping with Hamilton. Played up then by Kouama, the Norwegian. Here is Patrick Berger. 3 goals, of course, against Chelsea in Liverpool's last league game. Now McAteer. Back in the side tonight. Not on the same wavelength though as Robbie Fowler. Flynn for Albion. Careless pass by him. Here's Steve McManaman. In correct form at the moment. There had been a suggestion he might have been rested as well tonight. But Evans deciding to include him from the start. And he is bound to pose many a problem for Albion, who have been a lot tighter defensively this season under Ray Harper. They do seem to be a better organised team. They certainly had a flying start in the league. They topped the table early on. But then had a dreadful lapse against Oxford. They were really poor on that occasion. Berger looking to stretch them now. Great run here by Berger. Miller with the save. And again from Fowler. Brilliant goalkeeping by Alan Miller. Berger with the initial effort, and then Robbie Fowler with the follow-up. Ready to pounce, said Fowler. He was the first to respond. And Miller down with a second save. Cracking start to the game. Here's Berger. Hamilton to steer it away. Just take the heat out of the situation for a moment. Alan Miller, who's played at the top level, of course, with Middlesbrough, and has been an inspired signing by Ray Harford for West Bromwich Albion. McManaman, wide to McAteer. Now Thomas. Return pass from Karl-Heinz Rieder. There's the former German international again, now to Kouama. Carragher, the England under-21 international, who's settled it so well this season. He's only come into the side recently because of Liverpool's various injury problems. And a lack of form too in the early games. They started the season rather sluggishly. Here's McAteer, who had lost his place to Rob Jones. Burgess. Now Holmes. This is Flynn. He'll be up for this one tonight, Sean Flynn. That's the kind of competitive game he'll relish. Good play then by Snakers. Raven. Gilbert. Linking with Smith. Now here's Snakers, the Dutchman who is so important to Albion with his surges from midfield. Hamilton. Gilbert. Pesky Solido had drifted wide of him. He was going nowhere then, Gilbert. Berger for Liverpool. Those 3 goals against Chelsea were his first of the season. Just getting a run in the side now, having been overlooked at the start of the season. Here's Berger now. Good movement from Liverpool. Really extending Albion. And the header onto the top of the crossbar. Relief there for the home team. Robbie Fowler, who'd sneaked in at the far post. Good cross by Berger. No one had really picked up Fowler, and it rebounded off the top of the crossbar. So Fowler twice coming close to a goal in these early minutes. It's a foul on Flynn. Michael Thomas the culprit. Hamilton with the kick. White to Holmes. Teasing James. Corner heading out, and then McAteer to hoof it upfield. The chase is on for Fowler. They seem to be gaining ground then on Raven. Oh, missed kick by Miller. Just testing. Amazing incident. Raven with the back pass. There seemed to be no danger at all. A complete miscue by Miller. Here's Thomas. Jason McAteer. Now Carragher. McManaman. Here's Berger. Heavily involved early on for Liverpool. Kawama. Then Neil Ruddock. Now Pesky Solido. Can he take advantage here of some sloppy play? Pesky Solido shot. And well saved by David James. He's very, very quick, the Canadian international. Seem to lose their concentration, Liverpool, and they were nearly made to suffer for it. Turned Kawama inside out then. And a fine stop by James. But this is where he's at his most dangerous, when he's taking on defenders, committing them like that. A long ball from David Smith, dealt with by Kawama. Liverpool 5 times winners of this competition, the last in '95 when they beat Bolton Wanderers. McAteer and Snakers of Albion were both in the Bolton squad that day. Here's Ruddock. Now Berger to take it on. Bjornaby. McManaman. This is Berger. Lovely rock to them with McManaman. Riedler in the centre. Almost an out goal. Smith to clear eventually. But Albion was struggling then through the guile of McManaman and Riedler. Or rather, a Berger who released McManaman here. Riedler waiting in the centre. It was Burgess with that misconnection. On by Bjornaby to Thomas, and then Ruddock, who you sense is just feeling his way back. Rather short of match fitness, Neil Ruddock. Such a big blow for him to be injured on the opening day. He damaged his knee at Wimbledon. It's his first appearance since then in the senior side. Here's McManaman, looking very lively in this early phase. Fowler's pass to Bjornaby. Swung over. And the header from Riedler, who's normally so accurate in front of goal. Some way off the target. He'll be disappointed with that. Look at the position he's got into here. And you certainly would have fancied him to, at the very least, strike the target. Snakers, who's the driving force in midfield for Albion. The 1-2, the referee, by Pesky Solido. He's got Kilban to his left here. Rather wasting his opportunity. McAteer with the block. Here's Kilban again. Good play too. An important header away by Ruddock. Snakers firing it wide. Well, he might have done better there. It was certainly an opportunity, and they may not get too many. Kilban with a neat piece of trickery. Ruddock's header out, in comes Snakers. When it finished to him, he was slightly off balance. Unexpected faces among this Albion crowd, and a good following too from Liverpool. Holmes delivering a rather ambitious pass. An unforced error by Ruddock. Pesky Solido. It's a good challenge by Bjornaby. It's Raven's clearance. And that'll be a corner. So there'll be a presence then of Fowler. Such a worry for Raven. Forced him into the error. Bjornaby's corner kick. Out by Taylor. Going as far as Bjornaby again. They let it run through. A wonderful save by Miller. Just managed to flick it round the post. Hit by Ruddock after the little dummy that set him up. Here's Bjornaby's cross again, whipped in low. And another athletic save by the goalkeeper. I think the dummy was from Fowler. Hamilton, still they can't clear. Michael Thomas. Bjornaby. Albion's goal under siege at the moment. Thomas. McAteer. Berger out jump. Here's Robbie Fowler. Carragher. Again, good combination play from Liverpool. Can they finish it off? Burgess just in ahead then of Royle. It's an excellent approach play from Liverpool. Albion were reeling. Just look how they strung their passes together here. Burgess to the rescue. McManaman. McAteer. Ruddock had stayed up. That's Bjornaby. Well, that's best forgotten. Ray Harford, who's been doing his best to play down the occasion tonight. He says getting promotion is the priority. This is just a bonus. A night out for the lads, but of course he wants to win. Of course he wants to do well. Now it's McManaman. Led off by Fowler. McAteer to McManaman. Hamilton's challenge at the expense of a corner. Right at the end of the first half. We're in injury time. McAteer. McManaman with the cross. Cleared by Thompson. Ruddock, only one way for him to go. And a lively first half, ends without a goal, but certainly opportunities. Robbie Fowler, who hit the top of the crossbar. Other chances too for Berger and for Karl-Heinz Riedler. Albion gave the odd worrying moment too at the other end, but certainly they had Miller to thank for some very useful saves in this first period. It's goalless though at half-time.
Look, I'm not playing if I can't be blue.
Ford Direct. Use Fords to put a smile on your face.
Who would I most like to have a one-to-one with? Tanya on checkout 21. I tell her about my new mobile phone. Up to you. You can buy one just as easily as buying your bananas. I use vouchers for my calls. And you're free because there are no bills or contracts to sign. Oh, if I could have a one-to-one with Tanya, I'd ask her out.
Up to you. The new pay-as-you-go mobile phone service.
I will give you the freedom to choose. I will make it as simple as ABC. I will save you money. I will promise you outstanding levels of service. And because, as Norweb, I already supply 2 million homes and businesses with gas and electricity, you can be sure I will never let you down. I am energy from Norweb, the future of gas and electricity supply in Britain.
So, did Mum manage to get me a free penguin then? No. What, did she manage to get me a free Coke?
No. At Safeway, we go out of our way to give you outstanding value. So if you buy one of our price-protected products cheaper at a local major store, we'll give you another one free.
Looks like Mum finally managed to get you some free crisps then, Joe.
Ha! That's where you're wrong. These are yours. Ha!
Price protected at Safeway.
Boom shakalaka, good boy. Wine your body, wiggle your belly, dip and go down in the new style. Wine and go up, wine and go down, bubble and a rocker to the new style around. Are you feel line it too? Are you feel wine it too? I do the boom shakalaka to the dance out, pull up and see the wine it.
David.
What?
I've ironed your shirt for you. Do you have to go out tonight?
The Lynx Effect.
Introducing the new Hotpoint Ultima and Parcel Performance, designed to work with Hotpoint's bioprofile system. It helps stop the colours running into your whites. You won't be the only one to notice the difference. Parcel Performance and Hotpoint, altogether brilliant.
Come on, you've got to play share up with the mustard.
It's Albion then who start the second half, and as expected, Liverpool have made a change. Jamie Carragher has had to go off injured, and he's been replaced by Norwegian Øyvind Leonardsen, making his debut for the club in midfield. Been out injured, of course, Leonardsen. A £3 million signing from Wimbledon back in the summer. Here's Berger. Now McAteer. Liverpool will certainly be reflecting on the chances they had in the first half. Just that one real scare right at the start of the match. At the other end, otherwise, Liverpool have had the better opportunities. Riedler. He wasted one with a wayward header. McAteer. Dangerous ball played in, but no problem for Miller. Fowler's header comfortably held. Thomas. On by Bjornaby to McManaman. Flying his straight down that left side now. Albion doubling up with Flynn and Holmes. Blocking his path. He got himself out of trouble so neatly. Ball back towards Berger! Liverpool lead, and it's that man Berger again. A hat-trick against Chelsea. McManaman who set this one up. 6 minutes into the second half. No more than they deserve, really. A lot of opportunities carved out in the first half that weren't taken. Fowler who pulled it back invitingly for Berger, and he delivered it unerringly into the corner. 4 goals in 2 games, and it was McManaman's play that released Fowler. Sweet finish by Berger. And Liverpool had their noses in front. And it's no real surprise. You felt a goal had to come. And I doubt if Liverpool will sit on this. They'll be looking to turn their supremacy into further goals. Bjornaby. Alert defending. By Albion, but now McManaman looking to run at them again. Fowler. Just sliced it wide. But they're in the mood now, Liverpool. They're in the driving seat. And it's McManam again causing the problems. Fowler switching feet, but not as sharp as he would like to be in front of goal this time. Snakers. Showing plenty of heart for the battle. Still Snakers! That was more like it then from Albion. And from the Dutchman, Richard Snakers. Shaking off the challenge of Thomas. And then lining up the shot at goal. Defenders rather backing off. And he's in it cleanly, but always going well wide. Liverpool big press back here. Kilburn away from Berger and from McAteer, just flicked out by James, who was at full stretch. Albion mounting serious pressure now. Kilburn, a great little run by him. Hughes unmarked in the centre, if only he could have found him there. Hughes is near post. Kilburn chipping it in. It's Hamilton. Thompson. Smith to Snakers. Not just a thought about a shot for a moment. Burgess crowded out. Holmes, no room for error there. Smith. The game really igniting now. Albion striving for an equaliser. As Rannoch tries to keep it all calm at the back for Liverpool. He won't mind a battle. Here's Kilburn. Now will he go at McAteer here? He's got plenty of confidence. Kilburn again. The header, oh, from Hughes! Superb stop by James. Hughes unlucky. That looked to be heading for the corner. Kilburn with the cross. In goes Hughes. And James somehow kept it out. Great anticipation by the goalkeeper. Hughes so nearly wrote a headline for himself there. Well, he has his critics, David James, but make no mistake, he remains an outstanding goalkeeper. Hughes. Kilburn. Hughes again. This is promising for Albion. Can they finish it off? Snakers! James is there. That took a deflection on the way, but it still didn't unnerve David James, who got his body right behind the shot. Struck with some venom by Snakers, but you can see it almost changed course there. It's a flick, I think, off Leonardson. But all credit to Albion for their spirited showing in this second period. Despite having got a goal down. They might have more problems now. Berger. Just trying to nick it through. Here is Fowler, who has such quick feet. McManaman. Snakers on the counter-attack for Albion. Kevin Kilburn. Hughes is far side. A wasted opportunity. There's been no slackening of the pace in this game. Thomas. Now McAteer. And you can tell there from Berger's expression, that was not the service he was hoping for. He has now gone off, and on comes Steve Harkness. So Liverpool clearly looking to tighten things up now. Can they protect their slender lead? Pesky Solido. Now Hughes. Pesky Solido. Nothing really behind the header. But it was another anxious moment for Liverpool. Thomas to Leonardson. Quiet debut for him in the second half here. Since replacing Carragher. McManaman, that's a great ball. Thomas letting it run on for Leonardson, who's turned sharply. The touch off to Fowler! A brilliant finish from Robbie Fowler. And maybe now that has finished any hopes that Albion had of a comeback in this second half. It's been a brave show by them. But this is a chilling finish by Fowler. And surely now that's put this tie beyond them. Leonardson involved in the build-up with Royle. That's a deft touch off there by the German. And no mistake from Robbie Fowler, who pounces with typical venom. 2-0 to Liverpool. And we're inside the last minute. The cries of "You'll never walk alone" ringing out now around the Hawthorns from the Liverpool fans who travel down the motorway tonight. And they've seen a confident performance from their team. Certainly on top for the first half. But they did have to survive some pressure in the second from Albion. Until that decisive second goal from Robbie Fowler, which surely now has steered Roy Evans' team into the next round. McManaman. Rounded by Butler. The Liverpool throw. Fowler. Terrific stop by Miller. Fowler going for goal. He had other options open to him there. That just would have sneaked in, I think, rather than hit the post, but for the intervention of Alan Miller. Bionovi. A dummy by Leonardson, which fooled everyone, including Harkness, I think. Robbie Fowler's fourth goal since returning to the team after injury. And he's, well, started now 5 in a row. So the goals are flowing again from him. It's a safe passage then to the last 16 for Liverpool. And every chance you would feel that they might go all the way this year, given the strength they have in depth. Albion certainly gave it their best shot with an excellent second half. The class and a little extra know-how told in the end the goals from Patrick Berger and then Robbie Fowler to seal their victory. The final score at the Hawthorns is West Bromwich Albion 0, Liverpool 2.
Liverpool through to the fourth round draw. You'll be able to see that a little later on. We're delighted for them, Joe, aren't we? On a serious note, though, Phil, it was a resounding victory, that overall.
Yeah, it was. This game looked quite tricky on paper. West Brom fourth from the top in the first division and playing very, very good. Ray Harford's really got them playing, got them together, and I thought this could have been very, very tricky. But the first 15-20 minutes, Liverpool were absolutely tremendous. And I think that is important. You set the pitch was just nice, by the way. The pitch was fantastic, nice greasy surface, and the ball was getting zipped about. Some of those West Brom players must have wondered what hit them. Liverpool were fabulous, and that just showed 10 days off. They were all very, very fresh, and they really showed it tonight.
Okay, let's just talk about individuals then for the time being. Patrick Berger, for one, who's not just playing for his place, he's playing for his work permit, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Patrick's one of those players. I think in the last couple of games he's looked really, really confident. This is what he's capable of. He's capable of scoring goals. We know he had a great rise when he first came into the team, scoring loads of goals and everything, but he just went off the boil. and I think he's had a big confidence crisis with himself, and he's not been getting his game, and I think just having this little run at this moment in time, his movement has been better. With that ball, I think Joe hit the nail on the head. He said Robbie Fowler's given that ball as he would have liked it.
Let's see more of Robbie Fowler, shall we? Let's see more of Robbie Fowler. Is he back to his best, Phil?
Robbie's playing a lot, but I was a bit concerned with this one because he ambled onto it for Robbie Fowler, and he didn't really get in there very quick, but that was an absolute tremendous header. I know our commentator didn't sort of say too much about it, but it was a fantastic header, and that, as I say, he's just clipped it. It shows everything. The goalkeeper didn't even move.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Joe, just
strike.
a quick one, as a former striker yourself on Robbie Fowler, and of course with your connection with Glenn Hoddle now, what would you be saying to Glenn about Robbie?
Well, he's had 5 or 6 strikes on goal tonight, which is a great ratio for a striker in any game. He's not quite at his sharpest yet, but a clinical finish, great hand in the other goal, and Robbie's getting towards his best. He's still the most natural finisher in the country.
What about Karl-Heinz Riedler, Phil? For you, good signing?
I think the fans tell you how good he is. I think he should have done better with that. I think he should have hit the target. But just look at this. This was fantastic. This just shows how alive and alert he was. Everybody else is going the other way. He's watched for any missed kick whatsoever. Very, very unlucky not to get on the score sheet with that. But he's a tremendous asset. His passion for the game.
And deceptively short.
Yeah, he is.
Right?
He's very, very, very good in the air. And I think in these early games, like these 8 games, Karl-Heinz Riedler's done more running in the early 8 games, 9 games that he's played for Liverpool than Stan Collymore did in 2 years.
OK. David James appears to have got his act together after that brought a smile to Joe's face. But he just seemed to have got his act together, Phil, doesn't he, after that horrendous period he had towards the end of last season?
The thing that impressed me tonight about it was his back with the older Liverpool goalkeepers, unemployed for a lot of the game, but then his concentration level was there, and he's made some great saves at crucial times, 1 in the first half and 2 in the second half, when West Brom were coming back in the game. And I thought he was tremendous tonight, even though they didn't have too much or clear-cut chances. There was some, that last shot took a bit of deflection. David James was superb tonight.
OK, Joe, in a word, impressed with Liverpool tonight?
Yes, comfortable, very comfortable.
Thank you, Joe.
It pains me to say so, ominously comfortable, because they're getting players fit again. They haven't played as well as they could play, but they are improving inch by inch as the season goes on.
Cheers, thanks for that. Right, break time. After that, it's off to Stamford Bridge. Can Blackburn make it into tonight's 4th round draw? We'll see.
Dolly does well to pull away from Lee and set up Chris Sutton, who's made the space for himself.
Found it.
Day 1. Thursday, Könntet ihr bitte mit diesem Kahn aufhören? 3rd of April. Pump adjustable seats completed.
Fan-shaped water jets, which reduce water consumption, and therefore the water bottles can be smaller, which helps to reduce the weight of the car.
For reading, or to see objects at any distance, and a wider field of vision than ever, ask for genuine Varilux lenses. Get closer to natural vision.
Kuye kwamemeza abantu bonke mandulo, kumemeza abantu abadala kangaka, we bantwana kanisalalele nga.
Umbiko wofika wentokozo enkulu, nazo inkanyezi.
Sonke mama
Lalela isisizwa sifene sweno
Baba wami Baba wami
Beshula zokulanda simemezena swelinye ifikile inkosi yamakhosi inhle naso sonke masilandele khona sizophumelela.
Your skin can become dry like an arid landscape. So put the life back with Vaseline Intensive Care.
Pantone's changing. A new look outside, more pro-vitamins inside. The new look Pantone system. Reveal your hair's true potential.
Turn now! Ah, I've got so many eyes!
Welcome back. There were one or two notable absentees at Stamford Bridge tonight, but still no shortage of glamour, a sort of mini League of Nations. The commentator is Clive Tilsley.
Nobody could ever accuse Royle of not picking his strongest side. Nobody knows what his strongest side is. Tonight's offering includes the man himself, in from the start for the first time this term. Eddie Newton and Kevin Hitchcock make their seasonal bows too. Zola, Lasso and Wise are amongst the absentees, but Mark Hughes and Gianluca Vialli are paired in attack. Roberto Di Matteo, who missed the weekend summit meeting in Rome through suspension, has a chance to get all that frustration out of his system. He'll be available for Italy's World Cup playoff with Russia. Every game now is a World Cup playoff for the likes of Chris Sutton, the Premiership's leading English goal scorer, one of the wannabes trying to catch Glenn Hoddle's eye. He teams up with Martin Darlene tonight. Blackburn's wings have been cut though. Ripley, Wilcox and Gallagher are all missing. Teenage winger Damien Duff will be the main supply line. And for two Scandinavians, Tora Pedersen and Anders Andersen, it's their biggest game yet for Blackburn. Keith Burge is the man in charge. It's the heavyweight clash of round three. Chelsea 5th, Blackburn Rovers 3rd in the Premiership. Both clubs have suffered at the hands of lower lights in recent cup shocks, so both may feel that they are better with a devil they know tonight. Steve Clarke captaining Chelsea and playing in his old spot at right back with Ruud Gullit and Frank Leboeuf teamed at centre-back against Sutton and Darlene. That'll be interesting. Here's Eddie Newton. Good to see him back for the first time since the cup final. Baba Yaro starting a match for Chelsea for the first time, and now Granville to Vialli. Running loose to Billy McKinley. Blackburn haven't lost to Premiership opposition on their travels so far this season, and haven't lost to Chelsea home or away since the promotion playoffs of 1988. That's a searching ball for Duff. They have become a bit of a jinx here. 8 wins and 4 draws in their last dozen encounters with Chelsea. This is Granville. And now Di Matteo. Hobbit on the edge of his own penalty area. I suppose most managers would be unhappy with their centre-back taking that kind of risk in that kind of position. But when you are the manager. Free kick to Chelsea. Hughes against Hendry will be a no quarter asked or given contest tonight. Di Matteo is standing over the ball. Babayaro and Leboeuf are just behind him. Babayaro trotting forward now. It's Frank Leboeuf. Well, Tim Flowers never moved. I don't think he had the air of a goalkeeper who knew exactly where it was going and was leaving it. It actually came through the wall. That was what he was complaining about. Somebody got their head out of the way. You've been paid good money to keep your head where it is. Thank you. Almost sold Flowers short. Vialli actually caught Flowers a little late. There's no animosity there. Here goes Sutton. He got a definite nudge from Leboeuf on the edge of the box. Looks suitably disgusted, actually. In the end, saw the funny side of it. It was so blatant. Duff. Darlene rather got in his way. This is Croft. Blackburn at least have the throw. Darlene. McKinley. Flitcroft. Now Sutton on towards Darlene. Well, it just got there. The combination between Sutton and Darlene almost paid dividends for Blackburn. Well, its reactions were quick enough. This is Damien Duff with support from Gary Croft. Darlene and Sutton are up too. Croft's cross. Oh, it might just come for Anderson. I don't think it was meant for him. But almost a chance there for the Swedish international. Croft rather screwed his cross, and it bounced into the path of Anderson. Challenge was important from Babayaro. It was the Chelsea boot that diverted the ball out of play. Short for Flitcroft. Turned in towards Sutton, headed away by Newton. Only as far as McKinley. Gary Flitcroft. Here's Pedersen. That wasn't far away. Tore Pedersen, who's only played in this competition so far for Blackburn since his move from Germany last month. Controlled that volley exceptionally well on the stretch. He was unlucky not to score. Nichols to Leboeuf. Babayaro. Di Matteo. And manager still forward. On its cross, Hendry's header going to Chelsea. Only needs an inch in which to curl a dangerous cross into the opponent's penalty area, such as his technique. Little link with Babayaro gives Hunnid another chance to cross. This time towards the head of Mark Hughes. Vialli's there. Rather superb centre from Hollett. Sure that Vialli wasn't being apprehended by Pedersen. Croft losing possession. Newton to Vialli. Now Mark Hughes putting wide. Free in support of Mark Hughes here. Oh, he's done well. And this is Vialli. Hit Valeri. Chris Sutton for Blackburn. Just signs now of Hughes and Vialli in the last few minutes getting their act together. There's Vialli again, finding Di Matteo this time, allowed to turn by Hendry. Babayaro. Nichols. Clark has pulled into space here, and Vialli again looking for the spectacular volley. Well, I prefer the first one. But one or two little openings now developing for Chelsea. Great credit to Steve Clark. But the attempt a few moments before by Vialli, which was a real bicycle kick, this was on target until it struck the defender Valeri. Vialli to Di Matteo. Now Hughes. Babayaro. Four waiting for a good cross from Babayaro. Oh, it was a tester. It's gone in, has it? Hendry hooked it away. Di Matteo trying to make something of it. Vialli's there. Important challenge from Pedersen. I'm not quite sure how the Blackburn goal survived, but it did. Colin Hendry's clearance was the crucial moment in the melee. Real scare. And a really devilish cross from Celestine Babayaro. There are four waiting for a cross from Danny Granville. And they're still waiting. Seemed to fancy his chances there. Struck with power, but a little bit too much ambition, maybe. Chelsea certainly got better as the half progressed. Blackburn Rovers have looked better balanced side in the opening stages. The one really close shave was when Colin Hendry cleared off his own goal line, but there hasn't been too much else to bother the scorers in a goalless first half.
Look, I'm not playing if I can't be blue.
When I've got an overdraft, fair enough, I'll pay the interest. But monthly fees, I don't want them knocking on my door.
Monthly fees on overdrafts. The Midland spokesman said our customers don't want these charges knocking on their door.
Strong scents aren't to everyone's liking, so here's something lighter from Lenore. New, delicate fresh Lenore. A fabric conditioner with a gentler fragrance. Delicate fresh Lenore has a scent that's subtle. It's light and delicate. New, delicate fresh Lenore.
Here we are in this bustling neon metropolis, Hong Kong. I've had a fantastic morning with Captain Ping and his crew, so now I'm cooking lunch. Bit of a risk, but you can't go wrong with Uncle Ben's. Stir-fried prawns in sweet and sour sauce. What's the verdict, Captain Ping?
Very good. Such a flavors full of mystery.
Uncle Ben's sauces, perfect every time.
It's going down a treat.
Take the challenge. Discover Dominican Republic, where it all began.
And straight from the kick-off, Ireland go on the attack. Flynn plays a neat 1-2 with Charles.
Pass to Watson, in space, on the left.
Watson to O'Neill. O'Neill. O'Neill is tackled. O'Neill gets to his feet and shoots.
Oh, it's a beautiful shot.
And it's a goal.
Come on, you've got to play share up with the mustard.
Blackburn Rovers have been involved in a 7-2, and a 3-4, and a 6-0 already this season. But they haven't been nearly as much fun just lately. Their last 5 games have produced a grand total of 4 goals, 2 for and 2 against. Chelsea haven't been involved in a goalless draw this season as yet. The mockers on the go. Here's Mark Hughes. Eddie Newton. And here's David Lee, who has taken over from his player-manager, Ruud Gullit, at half-time. A very welcome return it is for Lee. The best part of a year out, recovering from a broken leg here at Stamford Bridge in what will always be known as the Matthew Harding game, the match against Tottenham Hotspur. One of only 2 games that he played in last season. He's had his problems. This is Lee. Newton. Out though by Anderson. Now Chris Sutton. Looking to get Duff on his way. He certainly gave Chelsea something to think about in the first half. And that's hung up towards Darlene. It'll come out as far as McKinley. And Blackburn Rovers take the lead within 90 seconds of the restart. A beautifully struck goal by Billy McKinley. Well, what a week it's been for him. He did play a part in Scotland's qualification for the World Cup finals. But his first goal of the season was sweetly struck indeed. Duff again getting at Chelsea down their right, and from 15 yards, McKinley with a hooked volley, giving Blackburn Rovers the lead. Clark won that fair and square. Di Matteo to Vialli. Now Clark in towards Di Matteo again. Important header by Pedersen, on by Vialli. Babayaro trying to squeeze it through. Di Matteo! Well, the free kick has already been given to Blackburn Rovers. I suspect somebody had just tiptoed into an offside position. But there was a little bit more promise and edge about that Chelsea attack. Didn't miss by much. Di Matteo. LeBeuf joining in now. On towards Vialli. Goalkeeper committed. Tim Flowers had the best view of all that developing. It's worth remembering that England's goalkeeper in their victory over Italy during the summer at the Tournoi was Tim Flowers. Missed the start of the season through injury and has rather lost his place. This is Di Matteo looking to test Flowers. And he's beaten him. And Chelsea level. Roberto Di Matteo has scored the equaliser in what has been a frustrating few days for him. He had to sit and watch England shut out his Italian colleagues in Rome, but from a lovely pass from Frank LeBeuf, he played a game of cat and mouse with Tim Flowers and outwitted him. He's a cool customer, Di Matteo. Didn't have much of a goal-scoring record until he came to Chelsea. 9 last season was his best ever total. He's got 4 already this. Sherwood. Darlene has done well to pull away from Lee and set up Chris Sutton, who's made the space for himself. Well, it was a good chance, and he didn't miss by much. But Chris Sutton will be disappointed that having bought himself that space, that lovely turn away from Leboeuf. He didn't at least hit the target. He's been in such hot form in front of goal this season, 10 in 11 games. Quite sure that's what Nichols meant to do, but he's played Vialli in here. Chance for Gianluca Vialli. Couldn't quite control the ball as he turned inside. Patrick Valeri. Didn't quite have the zip in his legs to take him away from the last defender there. Newton. Di Matteo. Clark. Away by Flickcroft. The bird is poor. Darlene into the path of Sutton. Danger here. Chris Sutton on the ball. Men right and left of him. He's got Tim Sherwood to his right. This is Sherwood. Well, that was a classic counter. Well, maybe doing Sutton an injustice, but I'm not sure that he actually passed the ball to Sherwood. I think it sort of ran into the path of the Blackburn captain there. Yes, he broke the challenge, but either way it reached him, and Sherwood really should have done a lot better. Sinclair though to Leboeuf. He's trying to pick a way through the minefield, and he's at least won himself a free kick. It may well be at a range that Leboeuf fancies. Extra time, maybe even penalties will be brought into operation to settle it here and now tonight. Instead it's Leboeuf trying to settle it here and now with that free kick for range. Well, we're in stoppage time. Vialli. It's nicely delivered for Granville and nicely controlled by him. Taking on Anderson. A little isolated out there, Danny Granville. Now Di Matteo in support. And now David Lee. Gianluca Vialli. Beaten away by Flowers and come out to Babayaro. And some important defending there by Onsho, preventing the ball from reaching Nichols. It's a good setup by Chelsea. Vialli had time to pick his spot. Actually took a deflection, which was maybe why Flowers couldn't hang on. Then Onsho just got in front of Nichols. The bird hooked into the path of Granville. Vialli went down off the ball there. Valeri was the defender close to him. And there's a yellow card for the French defender. Vialli would like to exact his own punishment if he was given the chance. It was not off the ball, certainly the corner of the eye. Hello. He caught him in the face, didn't he? It was a bit of a slap, I think, rather than a punch. But worthy of a yellow card, that's for sure. And there's been another incident off the ball here, which the referee's assistant has seen on the near side. The Blackburn Rovers player down is Stefan Onsho, and the Chelsea player nearest to him, I believe, was young Mark Nichols. But more importantly, Keith Burge is going to get a ringside account of what happened from Colin Rogers, his assistant. It wasn't a particularly long account. Vialli's being called over. Clearly he was angry about the original clash with Valeri, and Vialli is sent off. Chelsea are furious. Vialli's off for a shower. What has been a fairly placid, lukewarm match on the whole has suddenly got an explosive postscript. is Granville. It's the best cross he's provided tonight. Hampshire trying to make something of it. There was an appeal for handball against Gary Croft. Roberto Di Matteo. Greg Sinclair. Another half-hearted defending from Bohinen. And Sinclair going for the chip. Well, that would have been the talk of the players' lounge if that had gone in. Now Valeri. Darlene. Last couple of minutes of extra time. Return pass from Flickroft, on by Darlene. Tim Sherwood! Well, he got a call from Sutton to his left, who was free, but I think Sherwood was entitled to have a pop there. And it wasn't a bad effort. Approaching the last minute of extra time. David Lee finding Frank Sinclair. Game picks up a pace whenever it's at his feet. The crowd are almost willing him to produce something explosive to finish it before we get the penalties. And he couldn't resist the temptation. Back up to Anderson. Sherwood. This is Valeri. Cross comes Granville for Chelsea. So Chelsea throw, in fact. Added time in extra time. Game which certainly had its moments, but which petered out into a rather drab and disappointing spectacle on the whole. Highlighted sadly only by the dismissal of Gianluca Vialli. Goes to penalties thanks to Roberto Di Matteo's equaliser for Chelsea. 1-1. A penalty shootout now to decide who goes through to the fourth round. Tim Flowers having his say. Chelsea, who lost the FA Charity Shield at the start of the season on a penalty shootout to Manchester United, when Frank Leboeuf was one of their two successful takers, will begin the shootout. And Leboeuf drives it almost through Flowers into the roof of the net. And gives Chelsea the initiative. And Blackburn Rovers will have to play catch up through the penalty competition if all goes to plan. Kevin Hitchcock does have a bit of a reputation as a penalty stopper. Chris Sutton is Blackburn Rovers' regular penalty taker. And Hitchcock has saved. I remember Chelsea winning a shootout up at Newcastle not too many seasons back in a cup tie when Hitchcock distinguished himself, and that's a terrific flying stop. He really is a good shot stopper. Frank Sinclair's effort in the Charity Shield was saved. Can Tim Flowers follow Hitchcock's example? Oh. Well, the last place he expected it was straight at him. Surprise. Well, if he just stood upright, it would have hit him and gone out. A little bit of heat on Lars Bohinen here. Over. And Blackburn's challenge is coming apart at the seams. short runner. Well, it's easy for me to say, but always suggests that you might lift the ball. Well, Steve Clark has a chance to put Chelsea 3 up, and Blackburn have only 3 more to take. Sends Flowers the wrong way. Blackburn Rovers really do find themselves in a Russian roulette situation now. Calmly done by Clark. Remember Chelsea losing shootout to Millwall. I remember Blackburn losing one in an FA Cup quarter-final at Sheffield United not too many years ago. Young Gary Croft here has got to score or they'll lose this one. Do or die for Blackburn. It's Croft against Hitchcock, and he retains their interest in the outcome, although now there is a chance for the next Chelsea penalty taker to settle the issue. Tim Flowers, who stopped a penalty from Eric Cantona last season, I recall, has got to stop this next one from young Mark Nichols, or it's Chelsea who go through. 20-year-old Mark Nichols with a chance to put Chelsea in the next round. Yes! And on an evening when the goal was so rarely threatened during the course of 2 hours of cup football, Chelsea have romped away with the penalty competition by 4 goals to 1. LeBeuf, Sinclair, Clark, and then Nichols all successful. Sutton and Bohinen, the Blackburn Rovers villains. It's Ruud Gullit's Chelsea who progress in the competition on a night tarnished for them only by the dismissal of Gianluca Vialli during extra time.
Thought we should have won it really in the second half and in the periods of extra time. I thought we had enough clear-cut chances during that time to win the game, but when it goes to penalties, it's a lottery, and it's a lottery I'm not very good at.
What were the most encouraging aspects of the performance for you?
I think we played very well first half. The second half we passed the ball much better. I thought that both sides passed the ball well, actually, and I was quite pleased with our midfield play. I was quite pleased as well, you know, with the attitude of the players. The back players did well against some very dangerous Chelsea front players. And more encouraging still is the fact that 4 or 5 players who've barely played in the first team this season could play 120 minutes and show that they are valuable members of the squad.
Do you think that the cup tie lacks some of the edge of some of the other English cup ties that you've been involved in, though?
No, I think that it's important still to play your game. You know, you play at home, and it's not good if you lose it at home, I think, at all. And we have a big squad. There's so many players, good players that we have, and today we saw again some excellent players. The crowd loved it today, and I think both teams showed some good football.
Both teams left, you know, quite important players out of the side. That's the way it's going to be. But I mean, that's well documented. I've got to say, I thought it was very good entertainment for the fans. I thought that the people who've come here tonight have seen some excellent football, some excellent quality football. So, you know, it depends what you mean. There was no bad challenges to speak of. There was an unfortunate sending off, but otherwise the game was played in excellent spirit. So in that respect, it wasn't a blood and thunder cup tie, but it's certainly a better quality game than many of the cup ties you're going to see when the FA Cup starts.
Well, Roy and Ruud thought it was pretty good entertainment, Joe.
Well, I think they have to say that, but overall, really, the highlights flattered it. The game was quite underwhelming, really, and for long spells, it looked like it was going to be a 0-0 draw.
Phil's just learnt a new word there.
Well impressed, Joe.
1+ for Blackburn, or Damien Duff, who played down the left. I'm not saying it, you were saying throughout the game you were very impressed with him. Of course, he created the goal for Billy McGinley.
Well, he was playing against a very experienced defender in Clark, and he was regularly doubled up on, and he kept putting crosses in and taking the man on. And as you see here, a great volley from McKinley. But certainly City fans, Man City fans, will look at him and see a lot of David Wagstaff and Peter Barnes in him. And for a young lad, he has a great future.
Yes, a big plus that. A great strike, as you mentioned, and another great goal from Roberto Di Matteo, helped by Frank LeBeuf.
A great through ball from LeBeuf, but you see there Blackburn are caught bare and square, right through the middle and a great finish. And they'll be kicking themselves, Blackburn, certainly with Wise, Lasso, Zola, Petrescu all missing from the Chelsea team. This was a great opportunity for them to progress in this tournament. But unfortunately, they've gone out by the penalty lottery.
I suppose if they were to make a sequel to Braveheart, Colin Hendry might nick Mel Gibson for the role.
Yes, I mean, he's there for you every week. He's improved as he got older, and he makes one tremendous goal line save in this game, and he's there for you. He's there every week. Yeah, as has been mentioned, he's probably Scotland's version of Adams.
Should they have won it, do you think, as Roy Hodgson was saying there?
I felt on the 90 minutes that the 1-1 draw was about right, but they did have two great chances late on. Both Sherwood here and Sutton, you've just seen, missed excellent chances so that the game wouldn't go into extra time.
Sutton showed a great piece of skill in bringing that ball and making room for himself. He's not all about brawn and everything, and I love the way he puts himself about.
You were saying earlier, actually, when we were watching the game, how amazed you were that he didn't get into the England squad, and Stan Collymore did.
Yeah, I didn't. It sounds as though I'm knocking Stan Collymore all the time.
Ask Joe, because he's Glenn's Northwest scout. You ask him. Go on, you might get a better answer than me.
I think the lad has been very, very unfortunate for the start that he's had to the season. And I've always thought that you get picked for England on what you do for your club. And if Stan Collymore gets picked, I find that hard to believe. I just think Chris Sutton deserves to be in, has played exceptionally well and is scoring goals.
What was the gist of your report to Glenn, Joe, without sort of...
Well, Chris Sutton's in great form. You know, he's had sort of 18 months in the wilderness with injury and loss of form. He's come back strong and he's done really well. Obviously, Glenn has a liking for Stan Collymore, and Stan Collymore, at his best, is awesome. You know, he's powerful, he's strong, and he scores goals. So it comes down then to opinions, and obviously Glenn has a liking for Stan Collymore.
Right, but as far as you're concerned, you will be still keep an eye on Chris, and if he continues to do what he's doing,
Whenever I've seen Blackburn this year, he's done very, very well. And as Phil said, there's more to him than just the goals. He's got 10 goals, I think, already. He works hard for the team. He's tidy in his build-up play. And he's looking at the moment the ideal English striker.
He's a very, very good target, man.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. We'll have time to chat later. Everton Coventry shortly. But just before the break, make a date with us for the footy weekend. It's coming soon on Granada. Great games, great players from the Granada archives. From the X-Files, Tommy Smith and Duncan McKenzie on the Fanny Owl game in front of a live audience. November the 14th is the kick-off date, and it's virtually wall-to-wall football through till Sunday. The footy weekend. There's also a memorabilia roadshow. Bring your treasured possessions down for valuation and examination by the experts. Phone us on 0990 200 599. Granada's footy weekend. Be a part of it.
Found it.
Chat and date. Call friends and swap telephone numbers 0891 79 79 79.
Powered by the sun, Honda's world-beating solar car is so advanced, it's not available yet. But then a few years ago, the same could have been said about our revolutionary VTEC petrol engine. Technology you can now enjoy in the new Civic VTI.
The most important part of making a pair of glasses is the quality. My lab is actually in the Vision Express store. I can make a pair of glasses in about an hour, bifocals and varifocals. But it's the quality of the job that counts. I feel proud of the fact that I walk around in a white coat. I like people to ask for me specifically. Those moments are nice. We get to see the reaction of the customer. I really do enjoy working in Vision Express. We all work together as a team and it's all to serve the customer. I would trust anybody in my lab to make my glasses.
Vision Express. You'll see.
Discover the new world. Discover Dominican Republic, where it all began.
Chocolate good boy.
Wine your body, wrinkle your belly, dip and go down in the new style. Wine and go up, wine and go down, bubble and a rocker to the new style around. Are you feel line it too? Are you feel wine it too? I do the boom shakalaka to the dance now. Pull up and see the wine it.
David, David.
What?
I've ironed your shirt for you. Do you have to go out tonight?
The Lynx Effect.
The Looney Tunes are facing their biggest adventure yet, a basketball challenge to save their world. And there's only one man who can help.
What's going on here?
Michael Jordan. Now you can join all your favourite Looney Tune friends on video.
What's up, Dad?
In Space Jam, jam-packed with family fun. Own it on video.
Turn out! Turn out! Ah, I've got so many eyes!
Welcome back. The Coca-Cola Cup hasn't been kind to Everton in recent seasons. It's a competition they've never won. Let's have a look at their team for tonight's game at Coventry, who are without Dion Dublin, of course, serving a 3-match ban for violent conduct. Slaven Bilic, always worth watching in the Everton lineup. And so too Duncan Ferguson, at the expense of one of the kids who've been doing so well recently, Danny Cadamasri. Right, let's see the action then. The commentator at Highfield Road is John Helm.
Coventry, strange record this season of having not lost here and having not scored a goal anywhere outside of Highfield Road. And they'll attack immediately with the ball through the middle, and Gerrard has to come for it, and he's lost it, and there might be a chance immediately here for Coventry. Salako turns it in, and it's headed off the line. Well, what a start. It's Gerrard here with Hinchcliffe, and because it's so greasy, just couldn't get his hands on the ball. Salako had the presence of mind to curl it, and Hinchcliffe also had the presence of mind to be there. Nicely played. McAllister, confident move there, and it's involved Lightbourne too. And Burrows has come storming forward, and David Burrows might look it across, and here's Howard, and a thrilling stop by Gerrard. Coventry's corner, everybody from Everton back. Salako, Williams, was it over the line? The referee looks to his assistant, says not. Well, what a moment this was. It was McAllister, it was then Salako, whipped it in, and Williams looked to have got the ball through, and it was poured out on the line. Williams just comes off best in his challenge with Barnby. It's a promising ball out there, and this is Hall. That's a wonderful goal. An absolutely wonderful strike from Marcus Hall. The game has been bubbling along right from the kickoff, and that's really ignited the match. Oh, isn't he pleased? His first of the season. Williams found him, but look at the way Marcus Hall takes it on the instep and walloped. Williams, Burrows, Hall, they're all buzzing now, Coventry, and there are 3 men in the area already, and it's coming here for a stop. And you wonder how on earth he didn't score there. Salako heading the ball directly down into the ground and up over the top of the Everton bar. Another good contribution from Hall, though, with that deep cross. And Salako met it and looked a certain scorer. So it's a more deliberate build-up involving Ferguson now. Foster, nice little layoff. And Stewart will continue his run, and it's coming across to Hinchcliffe. And it's a cracking equaliser. What a very, very good goal by Nicky Barmby for Everton. It was the ball across here from Graham Stewart that unhinged the Coventry defence. Hinchcliffe just whacked it across, and Nicky Barmby flung himself at that for Everton's equaliser. It's a well-balanced game now. As McAllister looks to get into the area and get around Bilic, does well, cuts it in, and it's a toe poke wide by Howard. So much good football on show this evening. These are two sides playing at top form, and McAllister has weaved his way around Bilic and screws the ball back in there for Simon Howard. Foster now. That's nicely weighted ball for Williamson. He'll hit this one, and it was a rasping try. And it cannoned away off Igrizovic's chest. Danny Williamson without a goal since his move from West Ham, but that was a good try. They really are fencing for an opening here, Everton. With one intervention put together about 15 or 20 passes, but then speed was caught sleeping, and so Howarth advances. He rather took the impetus out of it as well, but it's eventually come to Kyle Lightbourne. Good save, and it has to be a goal. It's run into the net. It's a tapping goal for Salako, but it really goes down to Kyle Lightbourne. But John Salako's got his first goal for over a year. It looked as though the impetus had gone from the move, and then Lightbourne hit a sizzling ball in, and Gerrard couldn't hold it, and John Salako said thank you. Well, Neville Southall will have every sympathy, I'm sure, with Paul Gerrard. He was helping him before the game, just giving him a bit of advice. A very proud goalkeeper, and he'll move on somewhere now. As Lightbourne moves on and gives Simon Howarth a chance for another one, and it's wide of the upright. It's shooting practice at the moment for Coventry, and Simon Howarth isn't far away from what would have been his first goal for the club. Lightbourne slipped it to him, and it was a difficult angle, and he slipped. Nielsen is forward. Danger clearly to Everton again now as Salako swings one in. And it might be a third. Well, having scored a spectacular goal in the early minutes, Marcus Hall knows he should have got a second there from a much easier position. It's a good ball in this one. It's a teaser from Salako. Gerrard wasn't sure. He seems to have lost a bit of confidence, the goalkeeper, and he was nearly punished. So Coventry's corner kick. And Gerrard, again he can't hold it. And this is a desperate phase for Everton, because unquestionably I would say the goalkeeper Paul Gerrard is going through a dodgy spell here. Having conceded the second goal, for which he will have to take the blame, I suppose. He's under some pressure, and Williams is the latest body in there. Coventry winning a succession of corners. Well, they've got one great goalkeeper on the books. They might be signing another one, but for the time being the focus is very much on Paul Gerrard and not on Neville Southall. Swung in for Breen at the back post. And, well, there again, Hall got his head to the ball, and it seemed certain that Everton would capitulate and concede a third goal. It didn't happen. And as long as it stays at 2-1, they're still very much in the contest. Now, let's see what happens here. The corner is aimed at Breen. He gets the knockdown past Lightbourne. Howarth can't squeeze it through, neither can Hall. Ferguson drives forward now. Slips, but it's given a chance for a shot at goal. And Igrizovic manages to claim Williamson's effort. Well, not a bad strike at all from Danny Williamson. It was laid into his path by Ferguson. He hit that well. Everton will try to profit from it. And Ferguson's coming up. There's an appeal for a handball. It's Watson, and it's clawed away by Igrizovic. It was knocked across by Andy Hinchcliffe with that left foot. Ferguson climbs very high here. Well, I'm not too sure that there wasn't a handball in there by Howarth. Nielsen, eager to get forward at the moment. Salako was in an offside position. McAllister couldn't use him, but it's come through for Howard. Good ball in. Lightbourne might get another here for Coventry. And it's whiffed across the goal and misses the upright and misses the net. And that was the killer ball there from Howarth, and it was perfect for Lightbourne. Gerrard did well, he put him off. Times Everton have lost the ball too cheaply. And they might might suffer the consequences as the ball is drilled wide to that side to Solarco. Lightbourne's up into the middle. Still Solarco goes on. What a fabulous goal from John Solarco! Solarco cutting inside the defence, and he measured it over Gerrard into the far corner for a classic goal. Well, how John Solarco will have loved this. Gordon Strachan says he's close to being a great player, and that is a great goal. It's up now towards Ferguson, covered by Shaw. Oh, they're playing such a dangerous game. Howard might get in this time. He certainly has. And that's good night, Everton. It's his first goal as a Coventry City player. And it surely has sealed a place for them in the next round of the Coca-Cola Cup. What horrible defending it was. The ball was knocked back by Bilic. Watson was struggling at 35, he can't get there. Howard certainly could. And it's a moment to celebrate for the young striker. Simon Howard, Coventry 4, Everton 1. Gerrard distraught. It was shocking defending, it really was, and Watson doesn't have the pace anymore. Howard was too good for Gerrard. Solarco's again in possession. Nielsen joining in. Forward for Lightbourne. Is this another one? Oh, he's so unlucky, but it's got to be another goal. I do not believe that. Paul rattled it against the crossbar when it seemed impossible to miss. Lightbourne was the one who looked to be a scorer. Roland Nielsen had played him in a little touch there, back off the post. Now, how on earth did Marcus Hall not score? Solarco. Kyle Lightbourne. He's one-on-one here with Short. Did well. Howard. He won a free kick there. Well, he was very clever there, Simon Howard, because he really lost the situation. He wasn't going to get to the ball. Down he went under Bilic's challenge. And this is Willie Boland, Irish under-21 international. Just gets a little run out for the last few minutes of this game. A game that surely is already won and lost. Looks as though Burrows fancies this, and if he... Oh, I nearly said if he Burrows it, I didn't mean to say that. It was a Freudian slip. He would have enjoyed a goal. Hit it well, didn't he? And Martry could do no more than give the ball to McAllister. He'll assess things ahead of him. Lightbourne nicks it through for Williams. Well, Williams checked there, and so Howard. Gerrard makes the save from Boland this time. Boland enjoyed that. But he'll be delighted at a job well done tonight, and Coventry will go through into round 4. Well, the game was graced by two marvellous goals in the first half from Marcus Hall and in the second half from John Solarco. Problems for Everton. The next round beckons for Coventry. Coventry City 4, Everton 1. Gary, as captain, you must be bitterly disappointed by that performance.
Yeah, they had the 1-0 up early doors. It was a great goal, and then we did well to get back into the game. And from then, from our goal, we started to dominate and passing the ball, and we were the better team. And then second goal was probably my fault. I gave the ball away, and from there on we just went downhill, and the rest of the two other goals they were mistakes as well. So, it was a poor performance.
You had a lot of possession, but you didn't really look menacing towards the end of the game.
Yeah, it's difficult when you mentally when you're 4-1 down, you're trying to say to yourself keep going, but you're trying to get on the ball, but it's hard, it's difficult to to create openings, especially when the Coventry was so buoyant at 4-1 up.
Well, it is difficult to assess a 90-minute performance when you only see 15 minutes of it, Joe, but I was speaking to John Helm afterwards, and he did say that Coventry might have had 10 tonight.
Well, even on the excerpts that we've seen, it could well have been a lot more goals. Certainly Coventry had chance after chance, and Everton's back 3 or back 5, if you like, seemed to be nowhere. There was no pressure on the ball. Nobody trying to stop a shot, stop a cross. And Paul Gerrard, who's had an excellent run of late, been very good in goal, looked a little bit uncertain.
But overall, I mean, it's okay, they've gone out of the League Cup again, the Coca-Cola Cup again, but just overall, it looks a very sorry state of affairs at Goodison. I mean, let's not pull our punches here. They could be relegated, they're out of a cup.
No, they're in the lower reaches and looking very dangerous in the division. They've got a massive game now weekend against Liverpool, which will actually help them because, as we all know, the derby form, everything goes out the window. It doesn't really matter where you are in the league. But looking at that performance tonight, I'm sure that Howard will have him in tomorrow for a big meeting.
Right,
and there'll be no punches pulled.
Maybe that's already started because it was an extraordinary episode after the match. It's almost like a what happened next. This is... I just want to... What do you make of this?
Well, it's hard to know, really. I mean, Howard might be telling the players to go out and face the fans. You know, badly as they've played, they have to do that. But obviously, the players don't want to do that, and there's a row going on. And again, we can't really assess what's happened unless we know the facts. We're entering into...
Right, it's the yes, okay, fair enough. But the interpretation there was that he was almost like a public humiliation, and maybe he was trying to get at them that way. Phil, I mean, from a Liverpool perspective, how do you see the developments at Everton at the moment?
Listen, I've seen Everton struggle for a couple of years going into derby games, and
I'm not talking about the derby game,
hey,
Phil.
This fella started, it'll be vastly different. Everton came up against a team now, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Some of the defending was absolutely atrocious. There was players running all across one another. They didn't seem to know what they were doing. It was absolutely abysmal. Where
are the big signs?
They came up against John Solarco there, who had his one game a season won the game, and he did that as typical of John Solarco. And he did everything. He did a lot of damage. I just don't know. I fear for Everton, and I really do.
Yes, the big signings not materialised, Joe. I know you tried.
Well, things like that must worry players about going to Everton.
I think the worrying aspect there is that Coventry aren't really famous for making chances and scoring a lot of goals, and they could have had close on double figures there. That's their quota normally for a month.
See, Gary Speed saying how well Everton were doing and everything. I didn't see too many chances.
Well, we didn't. We'll have to leave it there, gents, honestly. But we've got to move on. And Stoke finally got off the mark. Their new Britannia ground on Sunday. Leeds tonight. That means one of the toughest jobs around, Phil. It means you've got to beat Nigel Martin. Penalty, I mean, you conceded a few. I'll argue with that.
Thanks very much.
All right, mate.
Not at Anfield, he didn't.
I think it was very difficult. The lad was just... We've seen a couple of penalties like that tonight in the Chelsea game.
That was Graham Kavanagh. But then Leeds came back, and maybe George Graham is actually encouraging him to be a bit more entertaining now, because he had a bad reputation for being... Oh, wow. A reputation for producing boring sides, Joe, didn't he?
Well, I think that's a little bit unfair, but certainly they were functional, highly functional sides. This Leeds side now looks very equipped to play on the break away from home, and they'll possibly be more dangerous away from home. But you've seen an excellent goal there from a great prospect, young Kewell, who might be one of the big names in the game.
Stoke must be very disappointed. He lost two-headed goals there to Rob Wallace.
Who's not the tallest in the world, either. So there we go. After extra time, the final score, Stoke City 1, Leeds United 3. Well, both Arsenal and Manchester United played under-strength teams last night. The league have said that's pretty much OK, by the way. Basically, it's one less thing for United to worry about. The commentator's Tony Jones.
Ipswich trying to get their midfield players involved wherever possible. Petter has the pace and acceleration to get past Poborski. Dizelle, first touch let him down. Second touch, releases back. Created by Bobby Petter. Poborski felt that he was fouled then. And although Dizelle's first touch let him down, he persevered and set at Matthew, who's put Ipswich ahead. Ipswich really up for this, as they should be. Tremendous atmosphere inside Portman Road. And they're playing with some flair here. Nothing. Marvellous ball to pick out Tarico. Shoot is the cry. What a magnificent goal from Mauricio Tarico. Matthew, the striker, the first to applaud the finish by the fullback. Great vision by Matthew. And what a marvellous finish then from Mauricio Taricco.
Joe, do you think for the Premiership elitist it is right to not play a full team, or is it an insult to the league and by devaluing their competition?
I don't think it's an insult. I think it's very much up to Alex. He's got 4...
And Arsene Wenger, in fairness, as well.
Yeah, he has 4 competitions to contend with this year, and on top of that, international calls as well. I think what we have to be more defined. If clubs don't want to enter the competition, I don't think they should be made to enter it.
Bill?
And I think it makes it very difficult. I knocked Alex Ferguson for playing weekend teams before in the Coca-Cola Cup. And yet now we're seeing those boys who he played then actually in the first team, Butt, Scholes, and Neville brothers and everything. So they have to be blooded somewhere along the line. And if they gain experience by playing in those games, all the better. I don't think he'll have lost any sleep losing out to Ipswich last night.
But you do withdraw that criticism of maybe a few years ago.
Yeah, but I just think it's sad for the fans who pay, say, good money to go all the way down to Ipswich to watch Manchester United, to watch their strongest team, and they don't see them. That's what I feel sorry for. It's sad anyone. While they get the results and they go on with it, it is A-OK. But I bet you there's a few coming home who are a bit disappointed that they didn't see the full side and have been beaten 2-0.
I think actually that they will have known before the game, you know, that it was going to be not a weakened side, but a less experienced side. And as we're more and more educating our fans to the squad system, and certainly Alex changes the team even when they win.
Granted.
You know, there will be occasions like that. I don't say there'll be 7 changes, but we have to look at it that way. And they are involved, or they were involved, in 4 major trophies.
Okay. Right, well, Bolton finally christened their new Reebok Stadium with a win last night, and as you'd expect, it was a pretty hard slog against Wimbledon. The commentator, Alistair Mann.
And coming forward on the counter-attack is a Koku. Good save by Brannigan, and he manages to clutch it at the second attempt. Wimbledon on the counter. Nice ball inside. A Koku had ridden the offside trap. And Brannigan's fingertips saving Bolton, and he was happy to pounce on the rebound. Taken quickly. Here's Franson. Tries the shot! And it dipped, but not early enough. And Sullivan could watch it go over the top. Thompson. Pollock. Thompson continues the run. He's going to get there too, but Sullivan makes what really is the first save of the contest. And Thompson's forced it out, and it's a goal kick. Lovely 1-2. Thompson looked to be the favourite. Brannigan came out. Sullivan rather came out bravely. And Thompson just squeezed it out for the goal kick. Todd. Beardsley. McGinley. Thompson again. Bergson. Beardsley. Onside. Chance for McGinley. Good save again by Sullivan. I don't think either side fancy extra time. The extra 30 minutes in a busy Premiership campaign is more than either side want to bear, and they might not need it because the offside flag's down. McGinley's through, and he squandered it. Here's Sellers. Bergson. Trying to cut inside, working his way through, and Pollock scored! And the deadlock is broken a minute into extra time. And who knows, that could well be the winner. Bergson went forward, found himself in the area, squared it for Pollock, and Pollock just helped it over Sullivan into the net, and it's 1-0. Alan Thompson. Tott. Sellers. Beardsley. And still. He squared it as well. It's going to go into the net. That was surely an own goal. Beardsley will claim it. But I think it'll go down as an own goal. Beardsley tricking one way, tricking the other. And in the end, his cross was turned in by Ryan McAllister, I think.
Fine win for Bolton. I mean, but their cup pedigree is phenomenal, Joe, isn't it?
Yeah, so over the last few years, as either a Premier League side or a First Division side, they've been formidable. Great to see them win at home at last. and certainly one of the warmest welcomes in the game when you go to the Reebok Stadium.
The Reebok. It's so easy to say Burndon, isn't it? Or the Victoria Ground for Stoke. Lou McCarry was with us a couple of weeks ago, Phil, and we were just saying that these new stadia possibly aren't as intimidating as the old stadia, if you know what I mean.
No, I think they're nice.
Oh yes, nice, but maybe too nice. That's what he was saying.
Yeah, it is, and I think that's the way it's been aiming. We're looking now. We've gone. Those dark ages have gone by now. Everybody's wanting something better. We're getting kids going back to the games now. We want a family atmosphere, and that's the way the stadium is. There's a nice bit of room, there's nice sort of eating facilities, toilet facilities. It's the way the game is going, and why not? I think we've had enough of that. You know, people are talking about going back to terracing again. You know, I love the terracing, but I think we've moved on, and these stadiums are magnificent.
Okay, thanks, Copite. Under the old setup, Tranmere certainly did enough to get a replay at Oxford last night, but you know, these days something's got to give. Someone's got to go out first time around. We can have a look at David Kelly. Joe scores this goal, puts Tranmere in front.
Yes, wherever he's been, he's given value, particularly sort of one division down. Very mobile, very alert, and good for a goal.
And just hits the post. That was Lee Jones.
Yeah.
He used to be at Liverpool. He's doing well at Tranmere.
I had Lee when I was there under the reserves. Lightweight, Lee, but you get the ball in the box and the boy will always score goals.
Joey Beecham equalising, extra time provided nothing. Just a general one on penalty shootouts. Joe, are you a fan or not?
Well, you've got to end the game somehow without being too bland about it, and it's as good a way as any.
It's horrible though when you miss, isn't it? I mean, even at that level. Anyway, here we go. These are the tonight's other games. Middlesbrough 2, Sunderland 0. Robbo against Reedy. We can see those goals actually.
That's a good run by young Campbell. And he scored! It's the first goal for Andy Campbell. And the 18-year-old Borough lad has put his hometown club ahead. He really took that well. Hignett chasing hard. Fleming in there. Now it's Craig Hignett. And here's Merson. Oh, he's hit the post. That looked 2-0 all the way. Sharp work between Hignett and Merson. Hignett knew exactly what he wanted to do. Merson finding... And that's the second goal. And Craig Hignett is back. Whipped across there. And that is definitely Middlesbrough's night. Craig Hignett back in the team. It was the other teenager, Craig Harrison, swung it across. Hignett, first touch to control it, and the second touch was a really accurate shot, fired beyond Zoetermeer. Opened up the room and took his chance.
Right, the other scores, Newcastle beating Hull 2-0, Spurs beaten at home by Derby County, West Ham with John Hartson getting a couple, giving Aston Villa a bit of a going over. And the draw, gentlemen, what do you make of that?
See, Liverpool have got their usual hard tie.
I think it was very nice of them. It looks a bit fishy to me, that draw against Grimsby.
Any others? They wanted a finish team, that's what they usually go.
I think there's a great one there, Derby County versus Newcastle. Derby I've watched them a couple of times lately. The movements out of their team, I think it's Aranio and Bianio or something, and one chop up front is quite frightening. He's so
one
gangly.
chop, yeah, isn't he just...
That's got the making. Him against Tino Asprilla, possibly, should be quite a set to.
Listen, well, we got a couple of minutes before we go, but there's one goal. I did promise it at the top of the programme that we would see one of the goals of the season so far. It was by Matt Le Tissier last night.
Here's Le Tissier. A problem here. Oh, Le Tissier! What a goal by Matthew Le Tissier! What a goal on his birthday! That is absolutely magnificent. And Matthew Le Tissier has pulled out another beautiful goal.
Well, that was a bit tasty, wasn't it?
He's amazing, actually. I mean, he can put a portfolio of goals together as good as anyone in the world. George Best, Pele, any of them all time. If you put 10 of Matt's best together,
But he likes that little flick over people, doesn't he? He likes that little flick over them and then getting the next ball. But he seems so aware in the hustle and bustle of a game. He seems really sort of content with himself, like, I know what I'm doing. Everybody else might not, but he certainly does, and he scores some great goals.
I think good players to manage. I know the first answer is, yeah, when they do that, they are. But, you know, the enigmatic type, if you like.
Well, there's no doubt that he's been Southampton's saviour for many years. For all his critics and all the people who have doubts about it, his consistency of 15 goals a season has kept Southampton afloat. So you have to say, for Southampton, he's been great to manage. You have to wonder why he's not quite moved on to one of the bigger clubs, because people have those doubts. But, I mean, let's just enjoy his goals. I mean, let's not question why or wherefore. When he can turn on ability like that and score goals like that, he's brilliant for that.
I think he should be given a bit more. Always do it, Matt Letizia. You always look at him and everything, and they never do too much, Southampton. He scores great goals, but they're never going anywhere. And there's been so many players like Matt Letizia, and they've never, ever won anything.
Just before we wind up, let me tell the folks at home about the ITV Sports Awards, because you'll need to phone in on 0891 333 333. It's pretty obvious. It's the usual thing. Vote for your favourite sports person. Right, finally, you're off to the derby, are you?
Well, yes, we'll be watching it, no doubt.
I'm not sure yet. I'm waiting to hear from my boss.
You're going to come back and review it for us in Granada tonight on Monday, aren't you?
Well, we could be boxing like.
Depends on the result.
I'm
Phil,
sick.
thanks a lot, mate. Cheers.
3 years it's been since we've been this lot. I think our time's nigh.
The three of us are back on Monday. Bye.
Soccer Night, sponsored by Umbro and Sports Division.